Hello students, Professor Piggy here. Today we are calmly marching through intrusion detection, intrusion prevention, and deception technologies exactly as the Security Plus SY0-701 exam expects, with clean terminology, no loose logic, and no gaps the wolf could squeeze through. Picture the network as a well-run farm where some defenses watch, some block, and some trick the wolf into wasting his breath. An intrusion detection system, or IDS, is a detective control that monitors systems or networks and generates alerts when suspicious activity is observed. An intrusion prevention system, or IPS, is a preventive control that actively blocks malicious activity before it reaches its target. This distinction matters on the exam. Detection provides visibility and alerting, while prevention enforces protection in real time. Even though both technologies may analyze traffic using similar packet inspection techniques. Host-based protection in SY0-701 focuses on the host-based intrusion prevention system, or HIPS. A HIPS is software installed on an endpoint such as a workstation, server, or other managed device, and its defining characteristic is the ability to actively block malicious behavior. It monitors traffic reaching the network interface card, analyzes processes and system calls, inspects logs, and enforces security controls on the local system. While host-based tools can operate in monitoring modes, the exam expectation is that HIPS is preventive, not merely observational. A core capability of HIPS that the exam emphasizes is file integrity monitoring. File integrity monitoring tracks critical operating system and application files and detects unauthorized changes. Unexpected modifications often indicate malware, privilege escalation, or persistence techniques, especially on servers and high-value systems. File integrity monitoring is tightly associated with host-based prevention and should be mentally linked to HIPS on exam questions. HIPS complements antivirus rather than replacing it. Traditional antivirus has historically relied on signatures, but modern antivirus solutions also include heuristic and behavioral analysis. The difference is not that one is outdated and the other is advanced, but that HIPS operates deeper at the host level, enforcing policy on processes, files, and system behavior. Together, antivirus and HIPS provide layered endpoint protection, ensuring the wolf is stopped even if one defense is bypassed. Network-based intrusion detection systems, or NIDS, monitor traffic flowing across the network rather than activity inside individual hosts. NIDS sensors receive copies of traffic from network taps or switch mirror ports and forward that data to a central console for analysis. These sensors operate passively, meaning they do not alter traffic. Because they are out of band, NIDS solutions provide visibility without enforcing control. A NIDS has important limitations that are commonly tested. It cannot inspect encrypted traffic unless the traffic is decrypted elsewhere, and it cannot observe activity that does not generate network communication. These constraints are trade-offs, not failures, and they explain why host-based and network-based controls are often deployed together rather than alone. Sensor placement determines what a NIDS can observe. Sensors placed outside a firewall see all inbound traffic, including attacks that are blocked. Sensors placed inside see only traffic that passes firewall rules. Organizations choose placement based on monitoring goals, and multiple sensors may be used when both attempted and successful attacks must be visible. Detection methods apply to both IDS and IPS technologies. Signature-based detection compares traffic against known attack patterns and requires regular updates to remain effective. Anomaly-based or behavior-based detection establishes a baseline of normal activity and alerts when behavior deviates significantly. Anomaly-based systems are powerful for detecting unknown attacks but require careful baseline tuning, while signature-based systems require ongoing maintenance to avoid missed threats. A common example used to illustrate detection and prevention is the SYN flood attack. In normal TCP communication, a connection uses a three-way handshake consisting of SYN, SYN-ACK, and ACK packets. In a SYN flood, the attacker sends many SYN packets without completing the handshake. The server allocates resources for each half-open connection until it becomes overwhelmed, denying service to legitimate users. IDS solutions can detect this pattern, while IPS solutions can block it. Thresholds determine when alerts are generated across many security tools, not just IDS and IPS. If thresholds are too low, false positives occur, flagging benign activity as malicious. If thresholds are too high, false negatives occur, allowing real attacks to go undetected. These challenges apply broadly to intrusion systems, vulnerability scanners, endpoint detection platforms, and SIEM correlation rules. A false positive occurs when an alert is generated without an actual attack. A false negative occurs when an attack happens without detection. A true positive correctly identifies an attack, and a true negative correctly ignores normal behavior. Administrators tune thresholds to reduce noise without blinding the system because a defense that constantly cries wolf will be ignored when the real wolf arrives. Intrusion prevention systems differ from IDS systems because they are placed in line with traffic. All traffic flows through the IPS, allowing it to block malicious packets before they reach protected systems. Network-based IPS solutions are commonly deployed at network boundaries or between internal segments, where they can inspect traffic moving into sensitive areas. IPS solutions can help limit lateral movement after an initial compromise, but only when that movement generates network traffic that the IPS can inspect. Purely local activity on a compromised host may evade a network-based IPS, which is why segmentation and host-based controls are critical companions. The exam expects you to understand that IPS visibility depends on traffic flow, not intent. Deception technologies add another defensive layer by wasting attacker time and revealing behavior. A honeypot is a deliberately vulnerable-looking system designed to lure attackers away from real assets. It contains no real value, but appears attractive enough to hold the wolf's attention while defenders observe his techniques. A honeynet expands this idea into a full decoy network that mimics production environments. Honeynets are often virtualized and isolated, allowing defenders to safely study attack methods, including previously unknown techniques. While the attacker explores the fake farm, the real barn stays secure. A honey file is a decoy file with an enticing name designed to attract attackers, often implying sensitive content. A honey token is most commonly a decoy credential, though it can also be a fake API key or database record. If a honey token is accessed or used, defenders know data has been compromised and can respond immediately. Together, host-based prevention, network-based monitoring, inline blocking, and deception technologies form a layered defense strategy using detective and preventive controls. For the Security Plus exam, remember the terminology, the placement, the limitations, and how these tools integrate. Like and subscribe for more lessons from the Farmyard Classroom. Oink.